Hey y'all, it's Katie and welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And today it is a super special day because we are going to be unveiling the next palette in my best of makeup palettes that I tried in 2020. And today I'm going to be doing a look using my third favorite palette from 2020. This means out of all the palettes I tried, which I think are around like 60 palettes, this made it to the top 3. It has a number 3 spot as just being one of the most standout palettes from the year, and I'm super excited. Has anyone been able to guess? I'd love to hear if you guys were able to guess which were in the top 10, or if you were even able to guess the order. That would be really fun. But anyway, yeah, for my number 3 palette, it is going to go to the September Rose Cosmetics Slush palette. This palette ended up at the top for my half of the year. Like, I did a ranking palettes, all the palettes I tried in 2020 for the first 6 months, and I did that, shared it around July or whatnot, and this made it for number 1. But I have gone on to try so many other great palettes for the last half of the year, so it was very hard to determine where this should be, but I felt like the number 3 palette of the year was right where it should be. I feel like it's just such a great color story, and the eyeshadow formula is really, really nice. I feel like I've raved about this so very much, and while I have tried other eyeshadow palettes I would say maybe have better quality or easier to work with or just more impactful, there's still something special about this palette when it comes to the color story that you have and just the workability and ease of using these shadows. I find them very easy to work with. So anyway, we are going to be doing a look with this. I'm so very excited. Yeah, number 3 from 2020. This Slush palette, I know I'm super late to it. This isn't a new release in 2020, but I just got it in 2020, so it is finding its way to the top 5, and as you guys can see, it's my number 3 palette from the year 2020, and it's just a really great palette. The color story is just so very fun, so very inspiring. I've done so many looks with this palette, and I'm super excited to get to do another one with you guys on camera here today, so let's get in close and get started. I know I was gonna forget it at least one time, but I do want to say before we get into this that this video, doing a look with each of my top 5 favorite palettes, is inspired by Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. She totally did this series last year. She's doing it this series, so if you want to see someone else's top 5 doing looks with them, and also the top 15, I think she ranks them, definitely check out her channel. I'll leave her link down below. But yeah, she is the inspiration behind this series. I thought it was so much fun that I really wanted to do it this year. So with that intro, I'm so sorry I forgot. I knew I was going to, but I'm sorry. Anyway, we're going to get into this, and I feel like when I reach for this, I'm trying to think of all the looks that I've done. I've done so many looks with especially the greens, but even the purples and the reds a little bit, the orange I've done a look with. I think I want to dive into this more blue and purple. I feel like I've maybe only used them once or twice. The purple maybe even not at all on camera, I'm trying to think. So I want to use these purples and blue shimmer on the lid. So I'm trying to think of a look around that I can do without it just being a blue-purple monochromatic look. So let me think for a moment and we'll jump right in. So I think I want to start with this blue raspberry, and I'm going to put that right into the crease. I know it might look like I'm just going to do a monochromatic blue-purple look, but I think after I put that blue down, I want to go in with the very bright orange soda on top of that to blend it out and really give that orange pop. I feel like that might look good. It might end up being more of a purple-blue monochromatic look, but you know me, I just kind of make it up as I go. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to use this ES9 brush from Profusion Cosmetics, a great brush. I'm going to go into blue raspberry. I feel like I'm going to dive into that first and just put this right into the crease. I've already primed my eyes with a little bit of primer from Zoeva. Their eyeshadow primer has just a little bit of a tint to it. I'm going to press this on. This is another one of those formulas that I feel like packing motions work best to lay it down and then you can blend. I'd love to hear how you guys are liking this series on my channel. This is the 3rd one we're doing. I really enjoyed when Annette did it last year. I thought it was so very fun. And I went back and forth if I should do it this year. I didn't think I would have enough time, but I probably still don't have enough time, but I'm just making it work because I'm that last minute type of girl. I want to try it out on my channel, so if you guys like it, maybe I'll do it again next year. Because I always like working and creating eye looks. Okay, so there we have it. Looking kind of crazy, I know. But I'm going to go next with Orange Soda, which is that vibrant orange. One of my favorite shades in this palette. So very bright. I'm going to pack that right on top. Okay, and now that I have that where these two are gonna mesh, now that I have the 2 colors that I want down, between those two I'm going to be putting a purple, which I feel like, which of these purples should I start with? I'm gonna try this one. We might have to move to the deeper one, but we'll just try dark cherry first and see how that goes. And if it's too light, I can use the deeper one. I just don't want to go too dark. I don't want to make this, I don't want the darkness to overtake the orange and all of a sudden just have a black eye going on. There we go. So there we go. I'm going to go back in with that orange because I really want that orange to stay and pop, but my age-old problem of going too crazy, and I'm all of a sudden in my brows trying to keep the color. I always take things too high. It's like the biggest struggle. But hopefully we'll make it work and make sure it doesn't look too crazy. That's always my goal. I'm just going to go back to that purple. That purple really did the trick to mesh those two, which I suppose if I took a moment to think about color theory and the fact that purple is between blue and orange, it should come as no surprise, but you know me. I'm slow. I'm going to go back into that blue raspberry and just touch that back in. And that is how we are looking. Oh, I need to scoot down a little bit. Here's how we are looking. I want to do the outer corner, which I'm going to go ahead and go to the blue Caracal? I don't know. It has a little asterisk or something on the corner, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But I'm going to go and pack that on and put that on my outer corner, keeping it pretty much out here because I don't know how far I want to take it in. I haven't quite decided yet. There is a little fallout. I do want to mention that. Swept away, no problem. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some glitter glue, glitter primer, I think is what it's called, from NYX. I'm gonna grab a flat brush and we're gonna start with that blue and then we're gonna go with the purple on the outer corner. Yeah, because I feel like the purple has a deeper tone than the blue. The blue is really bright, so I want to keep the bright on my inner half. Look how beautifully that goes on. Like you can't even see all that dark shade. You can't even see that underneath. I love that. There's shimmers, like there's not a whole lot of sparkle to them or anything like super special, but if you put some like glitter primer like I did underneath it, they show up so easily and are so pigmented and border on metallic. Like, I don't know if I would call them like give me glow level of metallic, but they're definitely very, very intense. Okay, here's where we're at. I think it's looking really pretty. I feel like this is a look I haven't done with this palette yet, so I'm kind of happy about that because I've done so many looks with this palette. I've just used it so many times this past year that I was kind of afraid of being repetitive, but I think I succeeded because like I said, I don't think I use these shimmers, and then this crease color is definitely much more unique for me. I like how it blended out on this side, but I don't like this side, so I'm gonna go back into that purple and just kind of play with it a little bit more right here. I'll tell you, majority of the time when I do eye looks, I just spend messing with the outer corner. Am I alone here? I don't know if I'm just such a goof and so bad at doing my blending that I always struggle. I feel like I'm always in a hurry too. I'm very like impatient, I feel like. I don't know. There's some people that you see the eye looks like those Instagrammers who like post such amazing eye looks, or like Makeup Missa. I feel like I always butcher or like switch around the way she has her name. She's a YouTuber and she has an Instagram account. But anyway, she's a YouTuber. She does the most amazing eye looks that I could only dream of doing because I don't think I have the patience enough to sit there and blend to achieve the type of blending and gorgeous looks that she does. Okay, I think that's gonna be good because I'm gonna finish out, you know, with a wing. Of course, you guys know me and my wings. But let's go ahead and do the lower lash line real quick after I sweep away. For the fallout, I feel like it's only the dark colors. Like none of the shimmer I noticed on my cheeks or the bright colors or whatnot. So that's just something to note. Also too with the shimmers, they last really well. They don't fall on my face throughout the day. Just a plus all around. So I think I'm going to carry the dark blue down here, maybe a little bit of the yellow. Maybe I'll do purple to blow it out, but I want to do this orange in my waterline, and I feel like if I keep the orange don't bring the orange down here, it'll really pop more, if that makes sense. So let me go ahead and just pop this in. This is Colourpop's Puppy. I tell you, I love how colorful and how interesting colors that the Colourpop has for these, but I feel like they just dry out so quickly, and then within a month or two of owning it, it's like this, trying to get it to adhere, because like it's kind of on, but it's very watery. I don't know if my eyes are just too watery. It's like no matter how much I rub, the color doesn't want to transfer truly. It's very dry. Because like that looks okay, but it's going to be gone in an hour. But if I do it on my hand, it's just so very vibrant. I don't know. I always struggle with these. I think I've heard that the gel pots are better because they last longer. Maybe I should try those from Colourpop. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, I'm going to stick the black Caraco, which is what I put here, on my outer or my lower lash line, but I'm going to use a tiny little brush to not go too crazy. And I'm just going to place it right against that orange. And see, I think that'll help the orange pop. I think I'll start with that blue because it's definitely a pastel blue, the blue Hawaii, so I don't know how noticeable it will be. So let me place it and see if I can get it to pop. You know what, actually, I'm going to put, wait, scratch that, story of my life. This is what I always do. I'm going to put the light blue, since it's such a pastel blue, blue Hawaii, I'm going to put that to blend out this blue so it's not super harsh. And then I'll go ahead and stick a purple on my inner corner, if that makes sense. Yeah, because I don't like having the, darkest color be such a harsh stopping point. Once again, my outer corner is atrocious, but that's okay. We'll fix it later. I'll fix it when I go and do my eyeliner, and then it's a lot easier for me to see what I need to fix. Okay, now I'm going to go into, let me start with, what is this called? Raspberry, and if that doesn't work, I'll go into this shade, which is Grape. But let me start with Raspberry, because I don't want to go too dark. Let's hope this color covers that blue I set down. Yeah, I'm going to blend this out, but I think I'm going to pop a little bit of the darker one in there just to make sure it pops. I'm going to take a little bit of that Grape, that second purple. I'm going to keep that towards the top. Okay, what do we think? I think this is pretty much the look. Let me go ahead and do my inner corner. I'm going to be doing Bubblegum, which is like my favorite inner corner highlight. It's a little bit flaky if I remember. Maybe not too bad. Maybe a little bit if I put it all over the lid, but as an inner corner highlight, it's beautiful. And it has just a subtle hint of purple to it, and maybe even a little hint of, no, it's like a purple pink, I would call it. So that's perfect for this eye look. Okay. This is the look. I'm going to go ahead and finish it out, and then per usual get some close-ups and we can close out this video. Alright, so here we are with the final look that I did with my September Rose Slush palette. Per usual, I'll go ahead and stick up some close-ups while we talk, but the overall look that I ended up with I really do like. It's a very interesting, fun, very colorful, but it's got a little depth in there too, which you guys know I like. Please excuse my lashes and my liner. We went a little crazy today, but I am in a hurry here at the end of this video, so I couldn't take too long with my lashes, and then my liner is just, it's just one of those days where it doesn't want to look that good. But anyway, the eyeshadow is what we're talking about today, and I really like how it turned out. Let me know your guys' thoughts. As I said, I don't think I'd really use the blue and the purple. Definitely not together. I think I used the blue. Anyway, it was definitely one of the least used in this palette, so that's why I wanted to use it today. But yeah, that is the look I did for my number 3 when it comes to favorite eyeshadow palettes of the year. I didn't even say in the beginning, but I already did a video sharing my top 15 to 6 eyeshadow palettes, and I just shared them in kind of a ranking format, talking about my favorite parts of the palette. And then when I got to number 6, I went ahead and stopped and did a look with number 5, did a look with number 4. Now we're here at number 3. I will have them all linked down below if you want to go catch up, and all the other palettes that are going to make up my top 15 for the year 2020. We have 2 more looks to do. Can you guys guess what's going to be my number 2 and my number 1 for this year? I'd love to hear that down below in the comments. But yeah, this is the look I did. I really do enjoy it, and again, it's just such a good time using this palette. I have enjoyed it every single time I ever pick up this palette. I'm so inspired. There's so many colors to work with. There's so many ways I can go with it, and the formula is just so easy to work with. The shimmers are beautiful, nothing too crazy, nothing too, difficult, and they got great pigmentation. So yeah, it was really easy when I was thinking about my top 5 for the year 2020. I knew this was going to make it in there because I have such great memories using this, and that's kind of what I wanted to focus on when it came to the top palettes from 2020. What are the palettes that I had the best memories with, that I wanted to create more looks, that I just enjoyed every look that I ever did with it, and this is definitely one of them. So yeah, with all that said, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and per usual, if you did, please give it a thumbs up on your way out, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And stay tuned for tomorrow, and we're going to dive into the second favorite from the year, and my number 2 from 2020. Out of all the palettes that I tried, which one made it to the number 2 spot? We will get into that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you then very, very soon. Bye, guys.